Was it not a prophet that they told to sleep on one particular side of the bed for one episode of night? Now say turn to the good news. Don't sleep here like this. Now turn like this. Marry a harlot. The other one walk naked. God does not tell Apostle Paul that kind of thing. Apostle Paul will never agree. Is that? Are you willing to make a compromise? Are you willing? Those are the things. Your character means so much to me than your church. So I saw that thing and I forgave. Before you know, I paid a trip for somebody to go to Lagos to go and find a job. I sponsored the trip. And I paid for hotel bills. The person now went to go and stay with a friend that is a man. That is not me. Especially for those that, you know, this thing they say marry your friend. If you're in that bucket, listen to me. Right? Especially for those that you know say is a friend. And most times when someone is your friend, you have to take note that this person already knows you and the person can be an expectation as opposed to who the person is.
Hi, thank you for joining me on today's video. Still, before we go into the gist for today, I want you to understand that this video is solely a product of my work and it's not in any way associated or influenced by any denomination, group or body. However, denominations and churches that were mentioned in this video just for the purpose of example and not to cast a spotlight on them. This directly focus on edifying the body of Christ and generally for Christians within his body. I trust this will bless you and I hope you learn one or two lessons from this video. Without further ado, let's dive back into the video. Alright, thank you very much for joining us on today's episode of the show. I am Ramosele Joshua and this is the Josh Show. Welcome. So first and foremost, today's topic, just like you've seen on the thumbnail, it's a toxic relationship. We are taking our discussion from the life of Samson and Delilah, and today we are diving deep into that topic. We'll ask questions among ourselves and try to answer these questions in a way kind of navigating through Christian relationships, and that is what we are focused on. It's not the general relationship, but rather it's the Christian relationship. And today on the show, I have important guests. I'll call them important. I have some important guests who have traveled far and wide to be on this show with me. I'm very honored. I'm very honored. Yeah. I have, from my far right, I have Mr. Jerry Toby. He's the CEO of Jet Farms. Oga, I best give us your portfolio again.
Yeah, well, basically, my name is Jerry Toby, the Chief Farmer of Africa.
The Chief Farmer of Africa. The Chief Farmer, the Dangote in farming of Africa.
Yeah, so basically, I am a farmer and a serial entrepreneur. I play in the agri space, in the tech space, and also for every social enterprise. I do something for social cause. I'm happy to be on this show.
You're welcome. And also we have the only lady in our midst, the beautiful lady in our midst. We have Nurse Obum in our midst. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Is there anything you'd want to add to us? Maybe I didn't pronounce the name well this time.
Yeah, you tried small. Obum.
Obum like Obum.
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 Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm doing your best.
It's a tax. Who can pronounce your name over the lake? Maybe someone there will do.
Yeah, in the comment section. So what do you think? Also, we have, he's not a new face, he's a familiar face on the show, Victor Oti. He's a technical writer and he's a financial expert. Let me not say he's into banking space. He's a financial expert. Sir, you're welcome.
This financial expert, not too much for someone that is just
for someone that is just starting or what now.
It's always good to be here. Victor Oti. It's a wonderful show. I hope that we have a wonderful time. As always, I'm a banker, I'm a technical writer, and then once in a while I also go to church. So yeah.
Once in a while you also go to church. Nice. So today's topic is basically red flags in Christian dating. We are learning from the life of Samson and Delilah. Before this show started, we were having a conversation and I said the relationship between Samson and Delilah was a toxic relationship. But Victor Oti said it's not. So I want us to start on that note first. Why you think it was not a toxic relationship? Knowing fully well what happened between them, as the Bible has said in, I think, Judges. Yeah.
Judges chapter 16.
That's 16, yeah.
So, okay, you'll deal with the theological part. I'll deal with the color parts. So, what makes a relationship toxic? That's the first thing. What are the metrics for a toxic relationship? Number one is abuse, or basically it's abuse. Whether it's physical, whether it's verbal, it is abuse of some kind. So, is the person abusing you as a person, maybe physically? is the person verbally abusing, whether passively or actively. So verbally, the person may be insulting you actively, or the person just says things that limit you or limit your goals or limit your importance. Maybe you talk about your dreams to the person and the person is saying, I mean, you want to, really, you want to be the CEO? Are you joking? Come on, be the CEO of the house. You know what this kind of thing.
Yeah.
No insult there, but you have diminished the person. Before you know, the person starts having inferiority complex and stuff. So that's what makes a relationship toxic. If you look at the Samson and Delilah relationship, I think from 16, at Judges 16, you find somebody, some person that met, and then they started a relationship, and then she was offered a deal. So I think it's a betrayal that happens to, even happened to Jesus Christ, right? So it doesn't mean that he had a toxic relationship with Judas, right? That's my own perspective. It was something that kind of happens. Some relationships work and some don't work out. Especially when other things come to play in terms of interest.
So we are saying that the relationship between Samson and Delilah was not really kind of like a...
It was not like the best relationship in the world, but it was something that you can find on a day-to-day basis. Right? Yeah. People are in those kind of relationships.
Yeah, so basically, I realized quickly, so I take the logical part. So you realize that from Judges chapter 16, verse 1 to around 4, 5, where there was a critical understanding that Samson was already in a relationship. That guy was already in a relationship. It was because that relationship or things did not work out. And he's a battle man, he's a man of war, and he goes out doing his business of war. And the Philistine was looking for a way to attack him again. So they saw his past experiences. They did CIA work on him. And they said that, this gentleman, we're looking for how we can
bring him down.
So so it was a true coincidence. Behold, and it's a general case that happens today. Like the gentleman saw that he beholded the woman, loved the woman, but never knew there was another counter-attack from this thing. You can see instantly, in verse 6, there was a Delilah saying, tell me your secrets.
So at that point, it was not even in a relationship with Delilah.
It was not in a relationship in less than 6 verses. I know the Bible did not tell us how long that 6 verses can be.
The Bible can be like that because between Genesis 1
but it's so
and
quick.
Genesis 2 is the long distance.
But it was so quick that you just met a woman and they were quite not, let me say this thing, and instantly the woman is already asking you for this thing. I want you to be very careful with saying the relationship was toxic and looking at it, maybe blaming Samson or blame. There's a person, it's a balanced system. Both of them were not. So maybe they would have even loved themselves. But I think there was a situation at both ends that warrants that relationship. I really don't know if you get my point on that. So for me, I don't think there was anything toxic there. It was just
It was a relationship.
It was a relationship.
Okay, wait. So let's say they were in a situationship, because he was a man of war, so he needed to come back to somewhere and lay his head. So they took advantage of that. Okay, let's say that situationship. Okay, let us pay you. Let you betray this man for us, right? So along the way, the situationship had to grow into something, and then those toxic traits started coming out small. Okay. Because you were saying something about physical and emotional abuse in a relationship. And then let's say you start making the person feel less of himself, feeling inferior. I think at one point, Delilah started doing that to Samson. If you love me, tell me the secret of your power.
Yeah, but that's how all women do. I don't know one woman in this world that will not use that card, the emotional card.
No, we need words of affirmation. Now, so God created us. We need to hear it steady. We need to hear it. Like, the words of affirmation should be there when you guys are in a full-time relationship. But with Delilah and Samson, I feel like it was a situationship. So let's just be going. Since you are just there, be in my tent. When I come back, I come and lie down on your lap so I can sleep after I've gone through war.
Okay, so I think for a start, I think that's like we've set the stage already rolling. So let's come back. Since we actually understand what happened between Samson and Delilah, let's see Christian relationship. Do you think there are some how do I put it? There are some traits, there are some things that you see in the life of Samson and Delilah that you think Christians should avoid in their relationship today?
it may not really necessarily be toxic, just like you've pointed out. It mustn't necessarily be toxic. But are there other things you think that Christians, your brother, his sister, should look out, even when he or she is in a relationship, should look out before getting to the point of saying, okay, I want to get married to this person? Do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Go
on.
So first of all, the gaslighting stuff. Or emotional, physical abuse. Let's say the words the person is saying is in a way affecting your esteem. Why will you stay there? Let's say the person likes someone that is slim. You'll be like, go and lose weight too. You like somebody that is slim, go and woo somebody that is slim now. Or you like somebody that doesn't eat too much, go and find somebody that know they chop like that. Leave me and my eating too much and my fatness. So don't bring a person down because you want them to be a type of way to fit your specific your scenario in your head that you have painted. So if you notice in any way someone is gaslighting you as a man, as a woman, move. You cannot stay there and say, let's just start to change your mind, because it will hurt you more than you think.
Yes, okay, for me, there are several things. I'm going to also take it from another theological stand. Well, I don't have any issue with what you say, because for me, I believe that if someone is not your fit, and two of you are there, you will force it. And you know, like you trying to, some people think that it will work out at the end, but 90% of our Christian homes as always has not really worked out, because that love is not original. Yeah, but for me, I think I want to start from the foundation. Looking at this, you know, the Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Yeah. And the foundation of every home must be based on Christ. We know that it's very critical to understand that Samson and Delilah were not in the same environment. When I say environment, they were not trained in the same way. They were not trained in the same biblical, when I say biblical, like in the same law, in the same this thing. It comes to the point where the Bible says in 2 Corinthians, I think 6, where it talks about do not be unequally yoked with one another. There's going to be issue. For me, I tell people, I said, if I'm going to get married, I'm not married yet. I'm going to get married. It's going to be very difficult. Even though I like a girl, I like the features in a girl. Even though I build what I want and everything. Oh, the person is intelligent, the person is this, the person is beautiful. And she's not in my spiritual environment or within my, and that's why you say, I know our churches, I advise us to marry somebody within our church. So that you're not going to marry someone that's, in quotes, the person is Protestant and you are Catholic. You say only Father Mary in the morning, and you in your own is pine the devil. You're shaking table. You're shaking table. Okay. There will be issues. So first and foremost, unequally yoke doesn't even necessarily mean the quote one that a sinner. First and foremost, as a Christian, if you know you're a true Christian, you won't marry someone that is a sinner at all. You should know that. Unbeliever. Or unbeliever. Anyone that there's one between sinner and unbeliever. Oh, even it's true. There are some people that are even Christian, they are unbelievers.
In fact, they say there's unbelieving believer. In the church, there's unbelieving believer. There's a believer, but there are some core things in the church that they don't believe.
So, if one of the best things I think that I saw as a red flag for Samson and Delilah relationship was the basics that two of them were not blending in the same. Both of them were not believers. Both of them were not equally yoked. That's the English I was looking for. Both of them were not equally yoked because Samson was a Nazarite, was an Israelite. He has the law of Moses that is guiding them. The Philistines don't care about those laws. They live on their own with their king and everything. So coming together is a foundational problem. And I think that's what made a number of issues. If I was on the same belief with you, I know that you are called of God. Like if I know I'm marrying a pastor and I know I'm a true believer, I want to honor him. I know the necessity of your pastorship. I want to honor you. You're a bishop. I want to honor your bishophood. You get my point? So and that's one of the things that I think in every relationship, let it be the first clarity. Let your foundation be strong. Because if the foundation be destroyed, I don't know what the righteous go do.
All right.
Those are good points that have been raised. In the scripture, you find that the Bible says Samson loved Delilah. But they didn't show that reciprocity from Delilah. So there was somebody that he was just going to see in that corner And the Philistines now took advantage.
So the Bible didn't even make it clear to us that Delilah
Loved him.
Loved
It's
him
ju-
back.
you know, so if you have seen that kind of scenario play out in the world where somebody
It's just
likes somebody
someone-
and the other person is undecided.
It's just pouring in.
So
and
she
then,
now decided to just make money out of it.
Oh.
To just make. So you see,
Word.
in love, a lot of things has to be mutual. A lot of things has to be mutual, and that's where I think his mess up was, because in terms of love, you always expose yourself to the person you love.
Yeah, being
but the
vulnerable.
problem is that when the love was not, it's not both ways. That's when you should be careful. You know, the person has not agreed for you, and then you are giving the person all about your business, all about what you do, access to all your accounts. It's going to bite you in a very sad way, because the person, you don't yet know the person's agenda towards you. You could just be a so to Delilah, someone like when Judas betrayed Jesus, you see that Judas eventually was remorseful. He gave them back the money.
Yeah.
I didn't know that people would actually kill him. He gave them back the money and he went to go and hang himself. He was remorseful. But Delilah really was just in it for the money. So she just had somebody that's probably always bringing something when he comes. He will come, he will lie down, he will do like that. So when he now gave her, maybe he didn't have any bad plan for Samson, but when he now gave her a good deal, 1,100 pieces of silver. So she just said, let her make the money and quick. No, whether she was there when he killed those people, she does not care. She just moved forward with her life. So you have to love someone that loves you back. That's just the truth. You have to love someone that loves you back. Number two, what he said. You're a Nazarite. Nazarites they are different from other people in the Bible. They have specific guidelines for their operation.
Yeah.
Unlike, it's different. Like Moses was not a Nazarite.
No, it was
So
a
Moses
Levite.
married outside, and it was okay. Once you're not, for example, an example is when you have a prophetic calling over your life, who you marry matters. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
Because how God deals with prophets is very strange from how he deals with every other person. So if you marry anyhow, you will mess up your ministry. But when you're just a pastor, honestly speaking, you can go and find the wife and tell God, see who I found, help me. But prophet cannot make that decision. Because prophet, there's a way the ministry is that you need somebody that really understands what God has for you to flow with you. Other people, so Moses could have made do, but Samson cannot make do because he's Nazarite. The oil of God is specifically on his life. Even in the Old Testament, Nazarites were not normal.
Yeah.
They had specific guidelines for their operation. So when he cut his hair, There was no story about it. His source dried up straight up because they have a covenant. He had already started messing up when he touched carcass, when he touched all these things. So he was already breaking the things that were protecting him. And then so when you have a specific, you should understand how God works with you. When you have a specific calling, especially the prophetic, in this day and age now, we don't have Nazarites. But I emphasize that people that are called to be prophets, they will not have the same dealing as other Christians.
Yeah.
They will not. I believe that their own is very strange. Maybe apostolic as part of, but in my own experience and in scripture, prophet, was it not a prophet that they told to sleep on one particular side of the bed for one episode of night? Now they turn to the good news. Don't sleep here like this. Now turn like this.
The other one, God told him to go and marry a harlot.
Marry a harlot. The other one walk naked. God does not tell Apostle Paul that kind of thing. Apostle Paul will never agree. Do you understand? You understand? But they are prophets. There's a way God has always been dealing with them. So when you have a specific calling, you will know the specifics. That unequal yoke. Like I said, it's not just about an unbeliever, this thing. It's about, you're a prophet. You have to know who you're marrying. Somebody that can help you guide the kind of destiny that you're expecting. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Oh my God.
So I think the next question that I would want to ask now, I think most times we shy away from asking questions about emotions, emotional boundary, and then spiritual boundary. So now, in the life of Samson, it was obvious that he also he kind of ignored spiritual boundaries. I don't know for emotional too. I don't know what his emotions were, but obviously the result tells what actually happened at the beginning. He also ignored emotional boundaries. So how do you think Christians today should be careful? Why in any relationship? How do you think they should manage their relationship so as not to cross emotional boundaries and spiritual boundaries?
So I think first tonight, many believers walk around without having a value system for themselves. No standards, no value system. On your own. That's why before you even get to a relationship, you should be... There's a reason why you're single. You're single, you're complete, you're whole, you're entire. as a person, you should be able to define what works in your realm of existence by yourself. Any spouse, they say a spouse completes you, which is true. However, before you join yourself to somebody, you should have understood your system of operation.
First.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like a machine. A machine has specific things it can do, and what you're asking too much of it. When you start using this mic to hit rats, it will hit the rat, yes, but at some point it will spoil.
Yeah.
Because you're asking too much of it. Its own is just to stay quietly and do it, and all mics don't operate the same. You have to understand yourself, have a value system. Some people don't have a value system. That has crashed. Part of the reason for crash, I've been through 3 relationships. This value system is the top thing that crashes my relationship. When I find out that there's no particular thing you stand for. So before you know, something that we have discussed about that doesn't work for both of us, you are now doing it and you're not telling that is it a bad thing. We're not talking about whether it's a bad thing. We're talking about whether it's a standard. So you see, something does not have a standard. Basically, it doesn't have a spec for relationship. So he goes into a relationship, the lady does not love him, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And so that kind of person is doing, there's a difference when your wife, like I said, what happened to Samson happens to, there's no woman I know that does not want to know everything about the man she's dating, know everything. Tell me, and if a woman is worrying you, you can forget. Oh my God, you want to kill yourself. Just tell her arrest. That's why men, they will just see them quietly, they will leave the house for the woman. Let her just see that. One of my friends that time, he will just be entering one church program to the other till night. He will just buy shawarma, give her, let her sleep. He does not want to encounter her. Somebody told me last week in church, he said his wife, he has to check whether she woke up on the right side of bed or the wrong side. If he wake up on the right side, he will greet her. But if he don't wake up on the right side, he will just go to work quietly and elope from his wife. That's how women can be when they are in their element.
Is it true?
No offense. No offense.
Somehow. It's depending.
So you need to have boundaries as to when you have not gotten into a relation, what is a talking stage to you? How far is a talking stage to you?
Yeah.
You need to define all those things so that when you now engage it, you will know that what crossed the line. Because what will you call red flag when you don't even have a template for your life?
When you don't have a flag.
Do you get? You don't have a flag. So that's a value system is just very important.
Yeah, and I agree with you because I think for Samson, well, for me, I would think before emotion, value system, bring it back to theology again. Like, the Bible says, sit down, a man that wants to build a house, he must first sit down to count the cost. So for me, I think it still boils down to you want to go into something. And I'm going to be talking about something today about vision and this thing. And one thing I realize is that even for a man, for an individual, your single age should be a point of creating a strategy. If you don't even have it when you are growing young, like when you're growing up, it's at your single age. At any time you call your single age might be the age of 18, maybe when you finish university, or maybe when you're in university, or maybe in the course of maybe your NYC. Those are the time when you create that structure and say, this is what I want from a woman. So that instantly when you start feeling emotion for that woman, and you have that conversation, first conversation, second conversation, Mr. Man, insert that conversation that this is who I am and this is what I'm looking for. If you're not convenient with it, can we understand both of them? Do you also have a value system? For me, if I'm into a relationship, I will tell the woman, I will say, see, I want to hear your value system. I want to know what you also believe in.
What you stand for.
What you stand for. What you are called out for. Is it something that two of us can blend in? And one of the routines that I think that has killed a number of relationships, even relationship and even situationship and even marriage, is because at the beginning of that time when they started this, it wasn't talked about. And when the man started 4 minutes, the man already has it and he not talk about it. He started 4 minutes. You are building a skyscraper on a foundation that is for bungalow.
For self-con.
For self-con. So you get my point. So a number of these things. So see someone like Samson now. Let's go back to Samson. Now Samson, as if he has indeed called out and told her, Mrs. Woman, do you know I'm a Nazarite?
Obviously, she would have known.
You know the fact that maybe he was thinking he should know. And that's another thing. Don't you know I'm I'm in Nazareth. Do you see people that have long hair like this anyhow? And it's one of the mistakes a lot of people. Some people just assumption. I just think that, as you see me like this now, you see I'm a very serious person. You know that I have a future. I want to go to London tomorrow. I have a business to build and everything. Hey, auntie, bros, talk him. Woman also talk him. Because if the man begin to ask, you did not talk. So that you can also now reference that part and say, do you remember we said this at that point? Do we know that we clarified this? And that's one of the things I tell people. I say courtship should not go for at least less than 6 months. For me, I do more than 6 months too. Because I know.
I'm not still married.
Bro.
That was me.
Who told them in a relationship?
Why did you do that?
You do more than 6 months. You do more than 6 months.
I will.
Okay, you will.
I didn't hear that. I will call her well.
I will do it. I can't elite that. So I will do more than 6 months. And the fact is that we need to know ourselves. There are things that I need to see in psychology. There's something I call the 21-day philosophy. If you do something, if you keep on having conversation for someone for 21 days, you'll be able to know the person's boundaries. You'll be able to know the person, this thing. But if there are things that are not still called out, you will not still know. So there's one part, what I think I was reading one book and they were telling me, say everything out. Don't imagine. Just declare it. Emotions and everything and these things, tell the person how you feel. Tell the person what happened. There was a person I know of, and I think I want to just quickly share this so I'll round up. So another person will talk. I realized that the person did not call. I said, come, if you see me near woman, don't be say I like woman.
So what's it called?
So I know some ladies have that how would I call it now? They have that, how do you call it?
Notion.
The notion that if you see a man flocking around women, he's humanizing. And the woman will just be deducing. He said, no, because I'm a very friendly person and people this thing. Yes, okay, you can create a brand and tell the person, okay, let's create a brand and everything. All those kind of things need to be well discussed. So that when you now see your husband, maybe he's a choir master and sisters are coming around him, and you're not thinking, having the perception already that, my husband is cheating already. If you don't know your husband core value, that this is what your husband stands for, that's why you cannot defend him out and say, he's impossible. My husband cannot sleep with this woman. He's so sure of it. Sure. So it's something that is very necessary. We need to also declare our core value system. Beyond just saying having it, declare it. And let somebody is imagining. So
okay, before you answer that question, I want you to, it's just the guys that have been talking, and it's just like the guy's perspective. So I want you to tell us, what are those things that you think for a guy they should discuss at the beginning stage of anything that looks like relationship?
So at the talking stage.
At the talking stage.
Okay, first
talking stage was invented. I don't know whether it's last 5 years because I've lost knowledge about talking stage.
Even me, I don't know anything about talking stage.
Just recently.
Because maybe in the guy's mind, me and this girl are heading somewhere, but she has put you in the talking stage.
Then there's another one, they say friend zone.
She has put you in the talking stage. Okay, so it's important for the core values, the value system. Definitely important. Say it, this is who I am, this is what I stand for. Most women tend to ask questions. Most don't even ask questions. So at that point, the guy should take the initiative to ask the questions. There was a talking stage. I was inside. So
tell us.
I was asking the questions. He was answering. I think that was very good. And at one point, I know the height say, CEO, apart from the fact that I'm a church girl, I'm a strong Christian, and these are my values, I will not travel from anywhere I am to come to your house and come and see you. Because you are whole. If you don't want to come down, stay where you are. You have not. You see what you want. Come after what you want. Nobody me go come define you.
Not like me. I know they get that strength.
Why can't they find the relationship?
I don't want to find a relationship. I'll just be living my life, and then if I just see something that looks like what will work, I'll just pray and just say, God, let me try. If it's not your will, scatter. That's it, as simple as that.
Let them see the effort. It's the effort.
And the effort is saying hi.
Who will not lead it from there? Okay, so apart from that, let there be strong value systems. Say it out. This is who I am. This is what I stand for. So we can know, so that we can have it at the back of our heads. That is one, core value systems. First of all, do you have somebody you are submitted onto? Do you have a mentor? for the two people, because I believe if Samson had a mentor and
Samson actually did.
Okay, and
His
if you
parents-
mention Delilah, let me say Delilah must have been very popular in the fields of the Philistines. They must know her, somehow.
Well, yeah.
And then you now say, is this Delilah girl? I can't define. The mentor will say, come first, sit down, mentor talk. But at one point, I don't think he must have mentioned it. So he's like, make I just go lie down for her leg first, make her sleep, make my head come together. So that accountability partner, that mentorship was not there for Samson. And the consecration of Nazarenes were very different. And he knew, and he did not follow that pattern. So for every Christian relationship, there should be an accountability partner. There should be a mentorship. Something like that should just be there. If you're not telling your pastor, you are telling somebody. If you don't want to tell your pastor, you are telling somebody. It gives both of you accountability.
I think for myself, you will come back. I think the issue of telling somebody, well, there's nothing wrong with telling somebody, but it's who you tell.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just like me now. I say I'm in a relationship now. Then I now look for one of my junior and I start gisting my junior. Like, what do you think? I think the person you're supposed to be talking to should be someone that has a spiritual covering over you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. If it's your father, go ahead.
Word.
If it is your pastor in the church, go ahead. And not a normal friend.
Yes, not a
I think
normal
in the
friend.
life of Samson, his parents were there, and there was a time that the Bible said that they called him and asked him that even among the whole tribe of Israelites, see fine babe for there where you go marry. Why now your eye they took for another place? So I think that will bring me to my next question. There is this idea of going into a relationship, and then you see some of these. Then to at the beginning, no be red flag. Now when the thing don't cast, now you're gonna say red flag. So there's a point where you get in a relationship where you say, let's just try and see how we make it work.
For that one, I don't feel like there is a need, because, well, it's depending if the two parties involved want to make it work. Most of the time, one of the parties doesn't want to make it work. It will still fall. So what is the need of putting your strength into something that will still crash?
Let me. I wanted to even ask it as a trailing question when we're still talking about that core values thing. I want to ask that trailing question that just in practical experience, like, what are your core values? What are your core values? What are your own core values? I just want to.
You want us to discuss this publicly?
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
It's not. It's a public, because I want to say mine, and I'm afraid that you will not. Let me just go ahead. Right? I'm afraid that it to be uncomfortable. But for me,
Talk it, my brother.
I'm not denomination or religious sensitive when it comes to relationship. And I'll tell you why. My own core value are things like integrity, being committed, being faithful. What it means is I got that revelation from 2 Timothy. They were handing over a church to Timothy, and they said that these things I'm telling you, commit to faithful men who will be able to teach others. And I see that in scripture, God prioritizes faithfulness over ability. Mm-hmm. Someone that is faithful, you can make him able. But someone that is able, you can't make him faithful.
That's true.
Right?
What?
So someone that is because I've been in church for a while, and I've seen a lot of nonsense Christian marriages. Mm-hmm. So I don't prioritize that you must be in my church. So some people can be in the church 20 years and they are nonsense people. That's just the truth.
Very, very
So
true.
you can prioritize that you must marry from, I'm a Redeem person. You must marry from Redeem, you must marry for Redeem. And then you marry from Redeem and you marry hell. And because of now you are in church, you now marry that hell quietly for 20 years of hell. See people shouting they've been 20 years in marriage, and that 20 years have been hell for the spouse. So it's better that I meet someone from, maybe, like I'm not saying, but in the event that I meet someone from another denomination, another marriage, in my own worldview and according to my own core value, I rather see how, okay, are you willing? Because a faithful person is willing to make a compromise.
Yes.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, you can have someone in your denomination that on any issue, the person stands gidigam on it.
Move.
He's not willing to make a move. Either marry somebody that is just a baby Christian. Smith Wigglesworth was not born again when he married the wife.
Yes.
It was the wife that was ahead spiritually, but he was willing to catch up. And he did. He now became the apostle. Now we don't even know his wife's name.
Yes.
You see that? So in my own
Right.
opinion, it's that, are you willing to make a compromise? Are you willing? Those are the things. Your character means so much to me than your church.
It's true.
Sure.
It means so much to me than your family background and stuff like that. Who you are. And so I agree with knowing somebody for a long time.
Yeah.
I agree. Before you enter a serious relationship, I agree with knowing somebody, because all this 1 month, this thing like that on phone and stuff like that.
Yes.
I assure you, you have not seen the person
Anything at
in
all.
different positions. You have not seen the person when the person is pricing tomatoes, the attitude. I'm telling you.
Pricing bike.
You just saw the person in church, and in the church, all of us are at our best.
Exactly.
Just where.
In the
Best
office,
dress.
they are professional. But when you now go to when the person is pricing, when the person is hungry,
And the person is angry.
when the person is angry, how the person behave in this type of way, you now know that is this thing you want to spend the rest of your life doing.
Can I cook
You get,
with it?
everybody has it's no surprise that everybody has their assets and liabilities. It's no surprise again. But it's whether I can manage your own and whether you can manage my own. That's why I was asking that question.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to. Okay, so for me, I think core value for me, I think the person must, number one, I need someone that is like not a balance of me.
A balance of you.
Yeah.
As it changed, that if you give him in the market, it change the balance.
No, not that. Like,
Not that.
So basically, when I say balance of me, is that I know I'm a paced forward individual. Like I'm not too patient.
You are not.
You can confirm that.
I'm not a patient individual. When I say patient, like I need everything. Like I need someone that is not too slow.
That will catch up with your pace.
That will catch up with my pace, but might not be too fast. Because if two of us are running fast,
Who will hold you?
so I think that's number one. Secondly, for me, I think I want someone that will just give me peace of mind.
I hope listeners you're hearing, so that in case you are there, you can apply.
You can apply.
Chief farmer of Africa.
Go to X. Chief Farmer of Africa, you will see him there.
So someone that is patient, like, and someone that will give me peace of mind. I think someone that also is aspirational. If you're not aspirational, like, guy, we won't flow, we won't even handle. Like, you're not thinking of your tomorrow, and you're just convenient about your today.
Today, I won't be housewife material.
Yes, you can be housewife, but you might be still aspirational.
Okay.
Yes, you can sit down in your house and be making money than someone that is going out.
Yeah, it's true. It's
I think I've told somebody, I said, most of my sitting down in the house, I've made money than me even going to struggle to outside. Because I'm sitting down, I'm collected, I know what to do, I know what to connect to, and I'm making the money. Than me jumping up and down and everything. And I think for me, another thing is, for me, I have a very different perspective than what you say. Because I'm not ready to struggle with ideology. I'm not ready to struggle with it. I have issues with that personally. Like, we now start discussing some biblical issues where you say, you do this, you do this. Oh, please, can I look for someone within my atmosphere, within my Joe conference that would settle my issue, that can also give me the spec of what I'm looking at. And will not, because I think the theology of the understanding of the Bible and spiritual foundation for me is a very, very important stuff. Because I think it's also very important in home. Because it's the way you bring up your children. It's the way you bring up your family. It's the way people will also know you about. So, and I know that, yes, you said it. There's a calling on my life. I don't know where exactly it's going to, but I know that there's a calling. I'm Jeremiah. And Jeremiah 1:5 said, he said, I've formed the, before you were even formed from the womb. He said, I've ordained you. I know I'm ordained. I don't know where I will still gonna function. But I know that I must have someone that we can hold hands together, that can complement, not contradict.
What's your...
So you get my point. You need to complement whatever I'm doing. So, and we can work together. Second, I think, let me finalize this.
4 now, Abi.
4, yeah.
The list is now 4.
So let me finalize.
Some people go just be like, oh shit, so don't strike me out.
Yeah, so I think you must be...
You must be fine.
No, fine is undebatable.
Damn it.
And that person don't
It's not a
strike
core
out.
value.
It's not a core value, but it should be there.
But it should be there now.
It's necessary.
If you know fine, wait, sister now, our picking day there. I know I not too fine, but at least
You need someone who will compliment
I need
you.
someone to compliment. So, but basically, I think I've said this thing aspirational, and I think it will be a boil out of aspirational. It's someone that is a family person. Shit.
Shit.
Oh, family and romantic.
Okay.
You don't add another one. to it.
No. It's
five now.
Together.
Oh, family is different from romantic. Family is just someone that is family oriented, always thinking about family, carrying
Family
family.
values,
Romantic is
goals.
Valentine's Day is coming, is buying rose. One of my HOD was telling me it's going to be pricing rose. I'm like, who buys flowers, man? Who buys flowers?
Yeah, so for me, I think the person must be family. Because one of the things I think that has made a number of family, no matter the number of children, the reason why they have gone far in life, and I studied some families, like I looked at some, is because their mother was a family person. The mother cherished the family, brought up the children, made them to love them. So somebody was telling me that when I was growing up, father literally told them that none of you must fight each other out publicly. That if he hears it, that maybe somebody is doing something this and somebody is abusing your brother and you two join them. Oh, and he hears that your brother come and complain. See, we deal with them seriously, That you see the way they become bonded, that they are always checking out for each other, and I was so happy to see that. I know it's not an easy work, but I think it's a very, very important thing. And they are grown up together now, doing great things. You see someone in the medical field, somebody in pharmacy, somebody in the engineering, somebody as a lawyer. Like, they just became so grateful in the family, and they are doing well, coming out for each other, helping out each other. They were family and romantic. Man, this world is too stressful that when you go out there, and you cannot come home and come and be. I'll say peace of mind, but romanticism, I'll be romantic.
Don't strike yourself
I
again.
cannot come home and my head is.
Don't you lay your head
there's
again like something I'll be.
Even something else.
So we can agree that Delilah was romantic.
No, but sometimes you go to work and come back.
So, I've said a number of things. There might be a Delilah out there thinking. My only thing the last one.
Why?
My thing the last one. If it don't be the first one, sorry.
Okay, so let's hear from you.
So, my core values. What I would be looking out for: emotional intelligence and maturity. Number one. Women are a lot. Okay, so most times, apart from the fact that women are a lot, our cycles do not help.
Yeah.
Hormonal.
Balance.
And all that. So at every stage you have to know. It's not have to know, you just need to understand, man. Emotional intelligence. Most of the time we do things that we don't want to do because sometimes it's the hormones. But I'm not making excuses for the woman. At one point you should know these are your hormones, so you should find a way to adjust and work around it. So emotional intelligence and maturity. Commitment. Choose to commit. You cannot start something and then stop it halfway. If you better make you start at all.
Judge Finidi.
Okay. Better make you don't even start them at all. Understanding, well, it's all part of the emotional intelligence and maturity. Then the part that he said, romantic, I beg. I'm a nurse, Jesus Christ. You know that's when they say if a nurse look into your eyes, you will see malaria. It's not like that's actually what it is, but please, you see a lot at work for your head to be full.
Can I ask you a question? Like, if women are going to be unhappy for no reason, can they also be happy for no reason?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You can wake up one day and just be excited.
I don't understand why we are supposed to understand with them when they just keep up a moody face.
For no reason.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they don't. I don't see them do that same energy. Just be happy for no reason. In my opinion, whatever can make you unhappy for no reason should make you happy too for no reason.
It's true.
Right? Whatever energy it takes for you to squeeze your face for no apparent reason. Then just smile, at least for me that is not guilty, because for someone like me, I mess up all the time, right? It's so annoying when I did not do anything and you're just angry. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's so annoying when I did not do anything. But can I also ask a trailing question?
Okay, go on.
Right, that's in terms of
Core values.
aspirations, when you were talking about aspirations. I was discussing something, I think maybe 2 weeks ago or something with a colleague, and it was the idea of a woman that has aspirations, let's say an Okonjiwala of this world. Can you be the husband of an Okonjiwala? And here's the thing. Let me just put it into perspective. Right? I knew somebody when I was doing my banking training school and stuff like that. She had a boyfriend. She's of the Muslim persuasion, and she had a boyfriend that was already telling her that, come, this thing you're doing. Anyway, just be doing it, but by the time we get married, just be careful. And this lady was the second best in the class, and she was in my own opinion, she was far intelligent than even the best. She was just too industrious, too intelligent, too smart. And so in my own opinion, I already thought that come, this relationship will end. It has eventually ended, but I tell myself, this relationship cannot work because as far as you're concerned, you're going somewhere in life.
Yes.
So anybody that will need to be your husband has to be able to play the background comfortably. Whether it is any more than you, but you will be outside more than him. But most likely you will be any more than him. The way you are too industrious, the way you are business minded, and the way you are very intelligent. People will pay for your brain, and then you also have things going like that. So first of all, we agree that it's not everybody that can marry that kind of woman.
True.
Yeah,
It's not everybody that can marry that kind
Some
of woman.
men's egos might be.
Yes, a lot of people cannot manage that, right? But can you manage that?
Very much. I think I'm even more desirous of seeing a lady prosper than men prosper. Let me tell you, we're in a woman world as we speak right now. Our generation, the millennials are in the woman world. I don't know what will happen with the Gen Z. There might be a throwback balance. Our parents, the boomer X, it was a men world. Our millennials are currently in the women's world, where the women will have to be celebrated, be respected. And if your wife is given that opportunity, that she's opportunity to be this thing. I learned from this guy from Volition Capital. I'm losing the name right now. Her name is Slumtree. She's just she was part of the board of independent directors of MTN. And I was reading the husband quotes this morning, and I was like, these are the kind of women I want to have. Celebrate her there. Let her be the one going out. And what happened for me? I see someone that's aspiration as a pump to my energy that, but don't give up.
Yeah.
Okonjo-Iweala is a very great doctor, very great medical doctor, but nobody knows him. But what happened? When she's there, she will bring the husband and say, this is my husband. You get my point? So, say the case of Akinwumi Adesina. The wife is also a great woman. And he's always saying, oh, I'm carrying my wife along. Even to any G20 you are going to, he's carrying his wife along. So it's very important for me to. I'm going to give that respect to him. My ego doesn't allow me to listen. I'm even looking for a woman like that. So if you're out there and you're dreaming to be an Okonjo-Iweala, and you're already Okonjo-Iwealizing, please, on the comment box.
And then apart from that, just still be ready to submit as you're Okonjo-Iwealizing.
Exactly. It's very important.
Still remember your place in the home.
And that's one of the very important things in the value system. That we must have that balance of the scripture.
And you know the way it's balanced, that two people cannot be the go-getters. The way it works, two people cannot be stars in a home. It's only the only people that have had this thing is Simi and Adekunle Gold.
Okay.
They are the only two people that are doing very well, and they have stayed together for a while.
Yeah, among celebrities.
Don't tell me Beyonce and
I think they might have found the balance while they were dating.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how those people hacked it, but usually when somebody is a superstar, the other person will be doing well, but he will not be very well known.
Will not be in the limelight, yeah.
He will not be very well known. So it's about how to manage it. For me, the problem is that I'm already going out too much. If I have somebody that's going out too much, how will we raise children?
Exactly, that's another thing to think about.
That's children.
I'm not going out too much.
You say what?
You?
If you are an entrepreneur, you cannot even say that.
You cannot even say that.
You move every time.
You have to move. Unless you have established all your businesses. By the time you get married,
we'll move.
That's the thing. So you cannot have two people that are always on the move.
One person has to train the children.
So I think at this point, I want to bring it back home now. I want to bring it a little bit more personal.
To Mr. Samson and Delilah.
No, not really to Mr. Samson and Delilah, to the four of us on set now. So I want to ask, it's a personal question. Maybe in your past experience, on your previous relationship,
are you sure that we have been in a relationship?
I've
So the thing is, can you share with us one of the past, or maybe your past experience in your relationship where you had red flags and you ignored it, and what later happened?
All my relationship from top to bottom. Especially the first one. I was just young. I entered that one, and this was maybe she'll hear, but then I won't call names. So if the shoe size you, it's you. Like she really helped me out. She really helped me. She really aided me when I was drinking. She helped me stop. She helped me read my Bible. She really helped me a lot. And then I started really taking God serious. But then I was very broke. Right? I was very broke. and she was the one helping me. She would give me whatever she has and stuff. And so she was really supporting me then. And so before you know, I was in the center of relationship. I didn't think I really entered that relationship, but someone was supporting you and stuff. Before you know, you just develop a soft spot for the person and stuff like that. So that one, before you know, she started talking marriage too early. Time was too early. What are we talking?
Was that red flag?
I was still wondering where am I? Just like, so one of the red flags I saw from there is about that emotional intelligence, something like that. You have to know where your man is. Imagine if somebody is broke and you're already talking about marriage. The first thing he's thinking about is how can he make it? Who can you connect him to? Who do you know? Especially for someone that, at least the parents were doing well. She was a bit more. So that would have been the first thing, setting me up. I was just looking at how to get business and stuff like that. So before you know, she just felt me I was not serious and she moved. I chopped my first heartbreak.
She was the one that moved.
She was the one that moved. Later she will tell me that she thought that I would beg. For me, a pride issue has been there. She gave me an ultimatum. I never replied to the message to date. So later she has married now. She's like that. She called me. I was just saying that she was hoping that I will come and I will talk.
At what point do your gender come out from that?
I don't understand. They will set trap.
You set trap.
Me, I will fall. You see me. I just like very open and straight conversations. If you need me to, if I have a BS and you want to call it out straight, and I will attend to it the way you call it out. But if you just expect me to the point, I just saw that like that. I said in my own head, I interpreted it as she's ready to go. She cannot wait for me. I cannot hold her. I did not reply the message.
Sanjuma.
Now she has married. Every God is glorified. Do you get?
All praise to God.
Do you understand? It doesn't make her marriage now to be a bad one. It will not make my own marriage to be a bad one.
Yeah.
You get? So that my second relationship, that one I started seeing. I was in the relationship. She was telling another guy that she has not yet entered the relationship. Which is like, that she has not yet entered, but there's a guy that I see her, he buys her things, he's nice.
Oh, she was telling you that?
Telling her ex.
Okay, telling her ex.
Her ex. So I saw that thing and I forgave. Before you know, I paid a trip for somebody to go to Lagos to go and find a job. I sponsored the trip. And I paid for hotel bills. The person now went to go and stay with a friend that is a man. That is not me.
Oh, wow.
So, I still...
I need to say something quickly. This was the same situation that the so-called gospel singer.
That red flag by be like the shit.
Thank God people like you that were patient.
Hi!
Women.
Hey,
no.
I saw these things and I just... So, red flag. Then the final one is... There's especially for those that, this thing they say, marry your friend. If you're in that bucket, listen to me. Right? Especially for those that say is a friend. And most times when someone is your friend, you have to take note that this person already knows you and the person can be an expectation as opposed to who the person is.
Okay.
The person can align herself to what you like. Because someone you're taking as a friend, I've already liked you since.
It's true.
And the person is just saying, this guy, he does not like people that wear makeup. The person will just hide the makeup bag first. The person like long clothes. You start wearing all the long skirts and stuff. When you now enter the relationship, you now start seeing, one day the person will just wear something and you'll be like, come, what are you wearing? And the person will be like, come, you will not, I'll wear what I want to wear. I'm an adult. And you now start having issues because initially you thought that two of you ironed it out. I like you because you represent what I want. Not knowing that the person did CIA work in that time. CIA work to enter your spec. So the person now became your expectation. Now in the course of the relationship where we have started seeing you talking to your parents and everything, the person has now started manifesting some kind of traits. So me, I just wash my hand. I don't have strength in relationship matters. So I just wash my hand.
There's a quick question. I think I'm going to be the question now, and I think it's a very important thing for guys. How easy is it for you to walk out from a relationship? At what point can you even walk out at the day of your marriage?
That is the last question.
Yeah,
but
even at the day
we
of
can take
marriage,
it.
can you walk out? Or the day before they say I do, or before they join your hands together. Can you walk out?
The ring can be coming like this.
And you say you're not doing it.
I say I'm not doing it. I just remember something now. I just remember something. You keep the gown, keep everything I've spent. Your father can keep the bride price.
Oh, wow.
I'm not doing it. Because peace of mind. So me, peace is more important than progress.
Exactly.
Both of them make sense, but peace is more. I know progress can be a yardstick for peace, but peace is more important than progress. It's better for me to lie down quietly and be at peace than for me to enter some, because in my own opinion, in the believer's perspective, marriage is a covenant. It's not a contract.
No, a
Some
contract,
believers as it as a contract. You can
Contract.
get off any time. Me, if I marry, I don't want to break off because we are mentoring a generation. You cannot now get off for a marriage. What are you now doing? You see how this new generation, we're talking about Gen Z, what about Gen Alpha? Their generations are coming. They are coming and now we don't know what to do with them. They are picking up different things. We are seeing different videos on the internet every day.
Yeah.
No, they don't have mentors as far as they are concerned. People, you cannot point marriages now that have taken 25 years again. This was something that was common. Divorce was what was hard to find in our time. Now, it's rice and beans.
It's wrong.
Yeah. So I think it's very important for. You said one very important word. It's better to have peace of mind than progress.
Progress.
If you don't get it,
Forget about it. So, Abum, you now.
Right.
So what is
Red
more?
flag.
What is that red flag? Tell us from the lady's perspective now. What is that red flag? Maybe your past.
No, not pride.
Maybe your past
I wanted to
relationship.
say something. You were saying something about your first relationship, and then she typed a long thing. I think she was just waiting for you to say something.
I did not say anything.
To apologize.
No, just something for her to hold on to.
I always gave her room for comment. In fact, it was even she that has backed me to a corner twice to say, will you marry me? I'm like, I don't have a problem, but this is where I am in my life. If you
Can you wait?
understand me, I don't have a commitment issue at all. If I'm committed to whether a job or a relationship, is that focus, that's what I do. Or a church, I don't do all those things. Even my barber, I don't cheat on him. I've carried bushy hair when I'm supposed to barb hair because I don't want to cheat on barber. That's how, once I enter something, that's how I am. So I've already told her, I said, do you have any reason to be afraid? She said no, that you have this thing like that. I just wanted to ask. The second time I just wanted to ask, then you now send me that long message. And what is feeling me in that thing, it's not even the long message. Is that I already sent her money because 2 days was her birthday, I sent her money. You now break up with me. I didn't mean you break up on time now. I would have had a start.
as an investor, you know.
It was a very
That was a wasted investment.
I didn't know. Just throw away that money now.
Okay. For me, something that would be a red flag. Men that don't lead. I think every man has this innate ability to lead.
Me knowing I don't take lead, I get her.
Oh,
Whether it's me that you take home, something like
Leadership. Oh, I know there is a lack of leadership in my life, so I know I need it. So it's like, I will not say I'll set trap, but sometimes we women do it. I'll just be like, oh yeah, you make the decision. I am looking at you so that you can make the decision. Let me know what you will do. And then when you make the decision, I will purposely say no. Let me know if you will stand on the decision. You are the man. You're supposed to make.
Oti, are you jotting?
You're supposed to make the decision.
No, but that's why this is like, they say, let us do this. Will people agree? That's nothing. No. I don't want anybody to command me. That's women. I don't want anybody to command me.
As far as you can give me the reasons why, and I have looked at track records, everything you have said, you are the head. I know you see, man, I don't like stress. Please be the head. I'm the weaker vessel. Do everything. Jesus.
Like, I've seen ladies say this thing.
Jesus.
But at the end of the day, you'll be wondering whether it's goats that you carry that village. Because they'll be telling you that one lady just told me, I don't want to die. I like somebody to command me. Now the guy has said stay in the house. He now say, you think that you don't know that I'm an adult? My father will tell me to stay in the house. You will tell me, who do you even think you are? I've seen that kind of thing
Tell me
before.
to stay in the house, I'll stay in the house. The nursing work, not they even tire me.
I like hatred to hear you. Okay.
It gets tiring sometimes. Yes, be a leader. Stay in your leadership function. Be romantic. Take gestures, like have romantic gestures. Do them. Show them.
I make camera
Continue.
Okay. What's the difference?
Why did you cut that?
Don't worry.
Yes, three.
What is happening?
What's happening here?
This has not to
No, after the after.
After ever see each other after.
After.
I didn't know that we were seeing each other after.
Initiative. Be romantic. Be interested. in my growth, most women stop somewhere. They don't want to go beyond that. And I feel like a man is a visionary and a leader. So he is to be, apart from him being invested in his own life, he's to tell you, do this. And you should see as for the woman, you should see the reason why he wants you to do this. He's actually pushing you towards a goal and what he has seen. So be concerned about her future and her aspirations and push her towards it. Not be say make you person when no one go anywhere, no go anywhere, but do pointers and then watch how she will use and do if she will take the advice or not. If she doesn't take the advice, uncle, remove your hand. Because you cannot push someone to want a better life for themselves. They should want it for themselves too. So that is it.
Jerry.
Red flag? Let me tell you that I was a red flag himself.
A walking red flag.
Yes.
Red. I don't
But
understand.
is there a context that we don't have about both of you?
About the two of
Is
you.
there a context that you should?
That you should let us know.
After the after
No,
After the
it cannot be after the show.
Yeah, and I think a friend of mine used to say they don't advise someone that is in love.
at all.
I was seeing the red flag, and I was following it. Imagine you seeing that they told you you saw that there is there, but you say no, it's just a pool. You can dive it and come out. So I think it was the case of Samson and Delilah for me. Yeah, I know theologically or what we said here today. This, as you said, he says Samson loved
Delilah.
But are you sure Delilah loved Samson back?
We can never know.
I think it could even be glaring sin that Delilah did not even like Samson. But Samson just wants Delilah to force that love on Delilah. I think it was a situation of one of my situations, and I think you need to also be very careful with that when you don't get a reciprocal love. It's a very, very important thing.
It's one-sided.
It's always one-sided. You will see it. You will even know in conversations when you call the person and the person is telling you he's busy or she's busy.
You're not that busy.
And you cannot be that busy not to pick a call.
At
least even though to say the place, please, can you just give me some time to call you back? Sometimes you will call the person for 2 days, the person will not pick.
You try, yo.
I'm just letting you know that, man, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Second, I think another aspect of red flag, I think I've observed is you can't force your core value on someone. If you have told the person the kind of person you want as a spouse, you have told the other person, and the person 1 month, 2 months. That's why I said you must take the time. For 6 months, the person is not working towards that.
Run, no.
Like, you need to run. You need to flee. The biblical word, flee.
As in terror.
And I think another thing, one red flag, I think you should also need to look at. I think a lot of Christians don't look at that. If you call someone a Christian, and for one reason or the other, the person agrees. So let me give you a point. As an individual, there's one point in your time of your life where you start feeling emotions, and one person cannot balance it. It might be the lady calling for it, and the guy cannot say, "Hello, do you know that we are Christians?" Keeping the bed undefiled.
Setting boundaries, yeah.
Setting boundaries. It happens. And that's why you see that some people having sex before marriage, even in the Christian world. So one of the red flags you need to, if you have told the person 1, 2, 3 times, hey, the person can't keep herself, or the person can't keep himself, expect trouble in your marriage. No jokes. Expect it. Because what happens? If he can't keep himself now, he can't keep himself there.
Later.
If you can't, maybe the first time, yes, it happened. Second time, it happens. The third time, or fourth time, or you give him maybe say 5-time allowance. And after the 5-time allowance, he didn't, please, end that marriage, end that relationship.
Not for somebody like Victor. You don't go reach 5 times.
So end it. So I think the last red flag for me, I think, is a particular issue. I think Hey, they pain me.
They pay you, Abi.
What's in me that?
Tissue. Director, give us tissue.
Person just chopping your money.
Aye.
I won't touch me, no lie.
God damn it.
Person just chopping your money. And the person cannot even one day say, I want to send you 500 naira recharge card.
Make I send you
That
500
means don't say it, don't mention it outside.
Don't mention it outside.
But
But what?
Did you just give me a what?
But what?
so
What? Let's
yes,
come
but
with this story.
imagine you see, I think if you know someone that if you want to, and as a lady, let me tell you, guys are always watching. They might not talk now, but they know that you will build, for you to build a home, you must also be a contributor. Because I was watching one video today also on YouTube. The woman left, the guy gave the lady 60,000 naira to cook soup and everything. He did all the calculation. He now observed that there was no gas. He did not put money for gas at all the calculation. The lady now used 30,000 naira to go and meet him in Lekki. Say, there is no gas at home. I've been trying your... Wow. You know, say, wow. I have to order Uber back. Say, it's only gas money. I've been calling your number. You're not picking now. Wow. So he said, it should have been a joke, like comedy. But
It happens.
it happens. Because what happened? Some lady can, because of one little thing, say they are not going to cook. They say, because of there was no gas. Auntie, 5,000 naira. I don't have the money. And that's the reason why I cannot marry someone that is not aspirational. I'm sorry.
I think as we're talking now, let's just talk about this transport issue. Sending no, that's it.
Exactly.
Oh yes.
You want to take somebody on a date that is worth maybe 100k or 50k, and the person is not telling you to send transport. What kind of character is that?
Which kind of date are people going for 100k? Where will the place?
Oh, there's some kind of date now. Birthday. No, I'm not saying 100k. Maybe the expense.
Excuse me.
Maybe you go to cinema, you not go and eat, you not go and...
In one day.
In one day, it's happen. No.
100k. Oh wow.
It's too cheap, Abi.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Okay, it's too much.
So those of you that want a girl that will not eat your money, see ya.
Yeah, should not eat your money.
So the fact is that, and that's the fact, because I think if you see a lady that would want to consume you before marriage, please also is another red flag. Flee. No, it's key. Because if two of you go to Transcorp, and as you know, they say, babe, what are we going to do here? One's gonna eat. Can we not? Babe, wait. Sorry, I want to ask you a question. I want to know as a
How much do you want to spend?
How much do you want to spend there?
Like why?
Have you do you have a car now, or do you have a land?
Do you have a house?
Do you have a house?
land?
Do you have a land? Can we keep that money now? Don't worry, I will keep it for you. Now wife material be that.
But there's nothing wrong with
no,
guys
it's
going
good.
out.
It's good. But excuse me, if someone having that, maybe you have that free money, and you indeed
Which money free for this?
No. Indeed, you have that money, like you have 100k, and you have intentionally say you want to spend it for this course. But the lady is already suggesting and saying this thing. You know that already you have somebody on ground. But if the person is like, babe, are you sure that this 100k will be enough? I want to buy this thing, and I have to
run no.
Brother, run no. I know say some of you guys there.
They are capable.
They are capable. Yes, you guys. 1 million on a date is not a problem for you. Damn. But I think you need to also know that that lady will keep on asking. If you ask for 1 million today, in the marriage you ask for 10 million.
But you know, it's the balance of it. Even if it's 1 million, 100, or even 10k.
10k.
It should not be every time outing. Sometimes, like somebody that is not that. If a lady you're with somebody that never suggests cooking, that's a serious problem.
That's a red flag.
I'm not saying about now coming to cook like
yes. I think it's a serious issue in this generation.
It's a red flag.
There are ladies, they will never ever talk about cooking.
They say they don't like cooking.
Haba. Do you get? But once in a while, even if the person is cooking for you all the time, once in a while, it's very good to take the person out.
But I think there's also a situation we need to talk about, and I want to ask Obum. What is this? What is the issue behind our current ladies saying they don't know how to cook, or they don't want to cook,
or they don't like cooking?
They don't like to cook.
They don't like cooking.
They don't like cooking.
Me, I don't like cooking. You know that like cooking. How?
We'll chop funny.
I don't know. Maybe most women growing up did not put mind when their mother was cooking in the kitchen. So
but you like cooking?
I cook when I have the chance to.
Okay. No, she cook here. No, I can confirm that.
There's something. There is.
We need to establish the content. He put a lot of borders very well.
So I cook when I have the chance to. So if there is no men eat though.
Yes.
Your children are going to eat though. So even if you are a career woman, do what you can and cook what you can and keep in the house. If you cannot, yes, get people to cook it, but let that not be the first option you run to. Let someone else not cook for your husband. Cook the food, make your
But
husband.
in a situation where someone once said there are some things in the house that can be outsourced.
Yes, washing clothes.
How about cooking? For Victor, cooking, can you outsource
I
cooking?
can't outsource cooking. Number one, for me, my body is very sensitive, right? Number two is there's a reason why I will not even fall in love with someone that does not cook for me. That's it. In the love equation of my life, cook your egusi soup will enter. That's just the truth. There's no way I'll fall in love with somebody that I've not eaten the person's food. It has never happened. It will never happen.
Oh my God.
Like there's everybody I've ever been in a relationship with knows how to cook well. Standard. I'm not saying all these things you say around.
If you are there,
Because
so
me, I will not go out
Just
to eat
some
once.
things down.
I will not be going out to
Always
eat.
eat,
yeah.
If one of the things I will achieve in marriage is that it will kill eating out permanently, because I don't even like eating out. My eating out currently is somewhere that I know that the hygiene is something I can testify. I don't eat everywhere because I have food poisoning issue.
So how about along the line, your wife she now grew up to be like an Okonjo-Iweala. How do you manage it? How will you manage it?
So Okonjo-Iweala will still do domestic things now. Oprah Winfrey told us that she washes her undies by herself.
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey. I don't know how many women you want to count when you're talking about successful women.
That
You will
will
not
do
count
that.
Oprah Winfrey.
She's one of the
She's like
top five,
she will
top
be there.
10.
She says she washes by herself. She does not stop. So what I'm saying is that everybody has something that they do not outsource personally. You cannot say that all your domestic things you're outsourcing it. Do you understand? I will not be comfortable at any stage of my life having somebody clean my personal room. That is not me or my spouse at any stage of my life. I will not be comfortable. Except maybe my children now. Okay. When I say my children, you know that trust is there. But to say I hire somebody and the person is to clean my personal room, no, I will not agree. So washing machine, there are things washing machine can do for me. There are things dishwasher, but my own food, anytime my wife cannot cook, let's eat out. I don't mind.
That is what I want to ask.
That's what I don't mind. I don't mind eating out, provided we have somebody that will not poison us and stuff. And provided it's not on a rank. But as you're married a career woman, she will go out. She will come in like you. Some days you have to be honest, humble enough to run something for her if she comes in late. All these things. So me, I'm willing to accommodate all those things, but I'm also not. I will not want somebody else cooking my food. I'll fall in love with the person.
Aww.
Final words from Life of Samson and Delilah. What are your final words before we call it a wrap?
Okay, I was giving my final. I was saying that something you should not look at it like many people look at Bible story and they're like, it can never be me. Selling birthright, it can never be me. All those kind of things. Samson and Delilah is something some viewers, in fact, I'm convinced that some people that are listening to this might be in such relationship. You like the girl, and there's nothing wrong. You like the girl. However, if you've noticed that she does not like you back, you have to like that. Samson fell because of love, and many of us have made decisions that were not in our own to our own advantage because of love. So it's a human thing. It's not as if he was entirely condemned. You see, God even forgave him, towards the end of his life. So understand that there are some people that relate to this, and then learn from their experience. Let it make you better. It's not wise for you to fall into the same ditch somebody has already fallen into in front of you.
All right. I think for me, I would say we have all this example in the Bible for us so that we would not make the same mistake that those guys have made before. I think the reason why we brought Samson in is because we are all young people. We are young Christians, and majority of us watching this video are not yet married. The reason why we are doing this is because so that we would learn from them and not to make the same mistake they've made in aspect of choosing a partner, red flags, learning how to communicate, learning how to define things the way they are. I think that should be one of the first things you should do before going into that commitment of marriage. I want to appreciate each and every one of you, Jets, farms, boom. I hope I got to this time. And Victor, Oti, for always showing up. I really appreciate it. God bless you.
That was
and
a joy.
To my faithful viewers and my faithful subscribers who have being with us to this very part of the video. I really want to appreciate you. So if you feel there are other red flags that we didn't mention, maybe to you body odor is red flag, maybe to you dressing is red flag, maybe to you the guy no get motor na red flag, dreadlock maybe na red flag, or you know tattoo is a red flag.
Body odor.
Please, beard so clean, maybe it's a red flag for you, I don't know. So let us know. Let us know in the comment section. Drop your comments in the comment section. I'm sure that we'll all come to the comment section to also keep the conversation going. And if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, this is I don't know what you're wait for. Please subscribe. It doesn't bite. So just subscribe and hit the notification bell so that when other podcasts like that, other contents drop, you will not be the last to know. Thank you very much for joining us on the show today. See you in the next video next week. Bye-bye.
All right, cheers.
Thank you for watching today's video. I believe that you've been blessed. So kindly like, subscribe, drop a comment in the comment section and let me know your view about this particular topic. Remember to share with your family or friends and see you next week. Peace out.